Got you now, you son of a...
You die. What?
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and just as I posted my last video yesterday, out of nowhere, a Doritos bag that has the Call of Duty 2020 logo on it actually surfaced, and we're going to be breaking all of that down in today's video. I also received two other really big pieces of information from a reputable inside source that we are going to be breaking down as well. Before I jump into that, just want to remind you guys I do offer memberships here on my channel, and the highest membership option does grant you access to free merch, exclusive intel, and an early look at some of my upcoming bangers for the next few weeks. More information about memberships is down below when you hit the join button. But I can't show the Doritos bag in this video for obvious reasons. Activision will definitely strike the video down, but it can be found all over Twitter, both watermarked and unwatermarked from a bunch of different sources. Charlie Intel themselves even posted the image, and they of course get a pass, they won't get a strike, so you could always trust that they'll be able to post certain sensitive images over on their Twitter and even on their website. So when you look at the Doritos bag, it does say Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So we finally have the official logo for Black Ops Cold War. That's if the Doritos bag is legit. You know, I saw it at first before, it was all over Twitter, and I thought it was a bit sketchy, but, looking into it, it really does make sense. And somebody recreated the logo, which I could put on screen so you guys could see. And, it does say unlock double XP with every bag for a chance to win double XP for a year. So we know Doritos typically does, certain deals with the Call of Duty franchise. We've seen it before. I believe with Modern Warfare, the deal for it started on October 1st, even though Modern Warfare didn't release till 3 weeks after that. And we have a similar situation happening here, right? Where this double XP event for Black Ops Cold War essentially starts on October 5th, which means we'll probably get the games released, in late October. But you guys are probably wondering, well, what about that video yesterday where you covered that information from Prototype Warehouse? Prototype Warehouse was saying that, yeah, we're getting a beta in September, we're getting the release date of the game in December to coincide with next-gen consoles, and I still think that's true to some extent. I actually think the core game may actually release in late October, early November for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and then we'll obviously get the re-release of the game in December when next-gen consoles release. But if next-gen consoles release in late November instead, then who knows what the information is actually about when it comes to that December date that Prototype Warehouse did here. But we can go off this Doritos bag if this bag is of course true, that at some point in late October we'll finally see Treyarch's new game. But it just seems like, if the release date itself isn't pushed back any farther than expected, it just seems like the reveal itself was pushed back for whatever the reason. But then it begs the question, what about a beta? So if a beta happens, I'd assume it would have to be September, just to kind of space out the marketing in August to when the game actually releases at some point in October. But the second image that was shared of this Doritos bag does talk more about how this exactly is going to work. So it goes in detail with the sweepstakes and all that good stuff. If you want to see more about that, we'll of course have the actual image down below in the description, thanks to Charlie Intel. But it does say that the promo states that double XP codes are only available for Black Ops Cold War and multiplayer MP only. So this doesn't apply to whatever new Warzone map we end up seeing later down the line, but based on the actual name Black Ops Cold War, I saw a really good idea from Geeky Pastimes over on Twitter. What if the base game is just called Call of Duty Black Ops, just like we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Cold War would be the new name of Warzone as the actual mode gets rebranded for Treyarch's new game. So similar to how we have Modern Warfare Warzone, when you boot up Warzone, on your system, we would have Black Ops Cold War, since, essentially Call of Duty Cold War would be the name of the new Battle Royale. That was such a great idea, and it would make so much more sense to me, since again, Black Ops Cold War doesn't exactly roll well on the tongue. It's a really long title. Imagine trying to title a zombies video Black Ops Cold War, Transit, blah, 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 blah. It's just, that's a lot of damn words for a title. So I think it would have been a great idea to see the base game just called Black Ops, and then Cold War could have been the new name for Warzone. But it does seem like Activision is going to be keeping the name Warzone, since earlier today, Charlie Intel also reported that Activision was recently granted the trademark for Warzone and Call of Duty Warzone. So the logo and wording are now legally written as Call of Duty Warzone when you boot up the game. So yeah, Warzone is here to stay, but I was of course hoping for a rebrand, to the name. That would have been cool. But nope, it seems like Black Ops Cold War Warzone will be what we're playing as well later this year. But some other big news from a reputable insider. This is what I found really interesting now. So first off, we do know that Game Fuel is going to be sponsoring the Call of Duty League this year with Black Ops Cold War, and Doritos, of course, will be a part of the Double XP promotion, as we just saw. So that's pretty big, right? We finally have the logo for Black Ops Cold War. We finally have something about the game. And where did it come from? Doritos, right? So the first official marketing we found is from Doritos of all places. How goofy is that? But I was also told that PlayStation has exclusivity until 2023. Holy crap. So there were some of us out there doubting the PlayStation exclusivity, thinking that, Xbox may have gotten it back. But no, as I said before, with Black Ops 3, I was told at least that a 5-year deal was signed. So that 5-year deal would have ended with the new Modern Warfare. So then that begs the question, was the deal renewed? Because if we do the math, right, that's what, 9 years since 2015 when we get to 2023. So maybe with, the release of Modern Warfare, they're like, all right, let's sign another deal for like 4 more games, and we'll see how it goes from there. So that's pretty cool. And what's funny is that I actually did hear a rumor that I talked about in yesterday's video. I heard a rumor from somewhere that apparently a 10-year deal was signed. And you know what? 2023 is pretty close to that. So maybe a 10-year deal was in talks at some point, but then they ended up sticking with the 9-year deal for whatever reason. But yeah, 2023. I mean, that's insane. So that's what, 8 or 9 Call of Duties right there. So it'll be a while before we ever see, exclusivity cease to exist entirely. But this also lines up with what I heard that, yeah, PS5 is something that Activision is really invested in. They're really interested in. Activision was like, yeah, we really want a Treyarch Call of Duty to launch first to the PlayStation 5. We heard that a long time ago before we even knew that Treyarch took charge of Call of Duty 2020. So Activision's not messing around. They have something big going on with Sony, which I'm really not surprised about. But I was also told that Woods is the main protagonist of this new Black Ops game, which I find very damn interesting. But if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense for a number of reasons. Number one, we know in the files of Modern Warfare, Woods is there. He's been recasted apparently. You could hear his new voice lines. He's ready to kick ass. He's the character that's coming to Warzone first out of all Black Ops characters. You would think that, Mason essentially would be the main character, or Mason would be added first to Warzone to start this Black Ops Modern Warfare crossover. But when you think about it too, Woods is theoretically the face of Black Ops, at least in my opinion, right? So I guess it makes sense to have Woods be the face of this Black Ops crossover. They're adding him in first, but he's gonna be the main character of the new game. So what does that tie back into? Number two, we have the ending cutscene for Specialist Stories in Black Ops 4, where Woods told Mason that he was the one in the box. We talked about this a number of times before on the channel, but it does seem like that cutscene may still bear some weight for Treyarch's new game, and they may have been actually hinting at the story Treyarch wanted to tell in the future, which they're now going to be doing with this new game they're dropping. So if Mason was the one in the box, will Woods be the one that's getting brainwashed and sent to all these different areas and going on these crazy covert missions? That's going to be interesting. Seeing the roles reversed for this new storyline is something that I really want to see. So I definitely am hoping that, that gets fleshed out in an interesting way. Mason still is in the game, don't get me wrong. Mason is still in the game, but will probably play a role that Woods did from the original Black Ops, where he's there and he plays a pretty large role, but he's not the main character. So I'm definitely down for that. So I heard that information shortly after the Doritos bag leak yesterday, and again, this is just wild. We're getting no official marketing from Activision yet, but here we have it. A Doritos bag came out of nowhere, and from what I've been told too, that Doritos bag was not found on a shelf anywhere. The bag itself was found, I guess, wherever they're printing them before they prepare for a mass shipment. So you can almost bet once this game gets revealed, you'll probably start seeing, Doritos for Black Ops Cold War sent to stores straight away. But another big thing too, to end this video off, is in regards to how this reveal will work. Because there's people out there that honestly don't think that we'll see the reveal on August the 5th or whatever day that is, the first week of August. And I honestly do agree with that. I honestly do agree with how the beginning of Season 5 doesn't seem like it has room to market COD 2020. It almost seems like a really weird spot because the teasers we've seen so far far don't really hint at it, right? The teasers we've seen so far kind of show a helicopter going to stadium, may have a bomb on it, stadium blows up, stadium opens up, and then you can, now access it. That's kind of what I've been getting the vibe of when seeing these teasers. And, looking at the files of the intro for Season 5, was isn't mentioned. It's kind of just somebody named Birch at the stadium. So stadium will be in the Season 5 intro, but how does COD 2020 fit into that? From what I know too, COD 2020 is going to get revealed through the Nuke Live event in Warzone. When the nuke goes off in Warzone, it's going to be chaos. The whole map's going to probably get, wrecked a little bit. You'll see new areas. You'll see, a lot of other areas completely destroyed. You'll see a lot of interesting stuff with that. And then it ties into the numbers, right? Price is going to be reading the numbers off too. So the Ascension numbers will play a large role in the actual Nuke Live event, but it doesn't seem like that's what's being teased for that whole stadium thing going on. So I guess maybe they'll find a unique way to surprise us, which I'm hoping for, or this just means that the game really isn't going to be revealed on the first week of August, but we'll at least hear something during either the Activision Investors Call or the PS5 event that is that week. But you could bet Season 5 is finally going to be the time when we hear something about the Black Ops and Modern Warfare crossover. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.